Hey everyone, welcome back. So I know this video is probably going up a little bit late, and that's because I took a couple of weeks off over the holidays. I really needed to just step away from social media and sort of reframe the direction I wanted to take this year and think about what my goals are for 2021. I almost thought about not making this video because I feel like not much has changed in terms of my goals. I'm still trying to become debt-free. I'm still trying to minimize my space and my life and my wardrobe and develop a better relationship with the stuff that I already own. But then I thought I would share this because I think maybe it can give a little bit of inspiration for you guys if you are trying to sort out the direction you want to go this year and what goals you might have for yourself. And since this is probably going to go up in mid-January, maybe by this point our goals are starting to get away from us and maybe we're feeling a little less motivated than we were at the beginning of the year. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about my goals for 2021. And if you guys are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Christina. I talk all about minimalism, intentional living, and intentional spending. And if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then go ahead and subscribe. So if you guys are OGs to my channel, then you know my number one goal always has been and will be for the foreseeable future of 2021, and that's to become debt-free. So as it stands today, let me find it. I have $28,377.82 left to go on my loan. And I've set a date to be at zero balance by July 31st, 2021. I hope to be debt-free a lot sooner than that, but doing the math and just sort of factoring in how my years have gone in the past and just how I know my motivation and energy sort of ebbs and flows, and how I could be prone to slip-ups, for example, and overspending in certain categories in my budget, things like that, then I think July 31st is a realistic time frame. Because one of the things that I have learned within my debt-free journey, and it's that you have to be realistic, you have to be specific, and you have to be kind to yourself through this journey. If you overshoot or create a goal for yourself that is too rigid and just too hard to physically, mentally, or emotionally achieve, then it's very unlikely that you'll actually get there. So doing the math, looking back at my budget, kind of getting a prediction of what my income at minimum will be this year from my full-time job and things like that, I think July 31st is a really good specific debt-free date. And I think it's just a way to motivate myself to get there even faster if I can. Goal number 2 is to be on another low buy. Goal number 2 is kind of weird. It's because so now I have really discovered minimalism and I've really dove deep into that lifestyle. I'm still going through my stuff and I still feel like I do have too much around me. Anything I do decide to bring in, I'm being really thoughtful about, and I'm really forcing myself to get rid of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things before I allow anything else new to come in, because what I'm really working on this year is to prevent more clutter from building up. I think the mistake I made over the years was that I was really trying to balance being like a fashion influencer, this and that, accepting gifts, and balancing the act of shopping while being in debt repayment. And I just learned that it's all just too much. It was too much stuff. It was too much clutter. It was trying to do too many things at once. So my goal for this year is to not buy any clothes, especially jeans. And I mean, there might have to be some caveats within that goal because I am still very interested in sharing fashion content with you guys, although I think this year it will be a lot more focused on what I already have and bringing in things that is a unique item or that I've been interested in a really long time. I still need to frame some things around that, but what I really learned about myself going through these low buys and now just going through the process of becoming more minimalist is too much stuff around me stresses me out. And the thing that comes into my life the most is usually clothing. So this year I really want to limit the amount of clothing I decide to bring into my space. And if I do decide to bring something in, then 5, 6, 7, 8 things are leaving my space before I allow something new to come in. And that's something that I definitely wasn't doing before, especially towards the beginning of 2020. I've sort of decluttered my way into figuring out my personal style. I've decluttered my way into knowing what it is I like, and I still feel like I have too much stuff. I don't really foresee myself needing too many new things in my own personal life coming into this year. And that sort of brings me into my third goal, when it comes to YouTube and my Instagram and working with brands and sponsors. I definitely would rather work with service-based brands over stuff-based brands. Now, you may still see some stuff-based brands sprinkling themselves into this channel here and there, and that's because I either use them in my everyday life, I see great value in them, and I think that you guys might too. Or it's just something that I really like, or I just align with that brand in some way. As I've gone through my journey of minimalism and getting out of debt and getting stuff out of my life that doesn't serve me, I really see more value in value-add service-based brands and products than stuff-based things, if that makes sense. And I really want to thank you guys for being so supportive when it comes to a lot of the sponsored content that has shown up on my channel. I'm not gonna lie, it's really exciting to be able to work with brands, and a lot of people who work consistently on YouTube are working towards making it become a viable income stream. And one of the ways to do that is via sponsorships. I really don't want to ever make it feel like I'm selling you guys something all the time. These are things that I really am focusing on vetting really closely, making sure that it aligns with me and my messaging, and provides some genuine value to you guys. Because what we're trying to do here on this channel, at least, is to spend money more mindfully and to spend with more intention. And that might turn out to be not spending money at all. The space that I want to create here on this channel is a community of men, women, and people who are happy with who they are and are creating a financially healthy life for themselves. That's what this channel is all about. My next goal this year is to save my fully funded 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So if you guys have been following me for a while, then you know that I am on the Dave Ramsey plan. That guy really broke my heart this year, but all that aside, I am still following his financial plan because that's the plan that's working for me, that's the plan that I'm on, and I am continuing to be intense in that plan. Currently, I'm on baby step 2, which is paying off your debts from smallest to largest, and I'm almost done. Baby step 3 is to save a fully funded 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So I'm hoping the first half of 2021 is to work towards becoming completely debt free, and then the second half is to work towards fully funding that emergency fund. Because that's kind of what I'm doing this year. I'm just keeping my blinders on, head down, and paying off my loan. I think last year was definitely about figuring out my relationship with why I want things, why I spend, and why I was still obsessing over buying so much. And I think that's really important to go through, because even if you're going through no buy or becoming minimalist this year, you're gonna have to buy something at some point, and you're gonna have to face your relationship to that. I turned it into something to be upset with myself about. And I think through 2020, I really figured out how to have a good relationship with myself when it came to having to spend money on reasonable things that I either needed or wanted. But then I discovered minimalism, and I discovered that I really wanted to want less. I don't really want too many more things in my life. And I also learned how to control my impulses and my woo when I did see something that I wanted. That in turn turned into me being able to really crack down on my debt and get it out of my life. So I think if you have any sort of financial goals, any decluttering goals, any conscious consumption, mindful spending, low buy goals, then you're gonna learn a lot about yourself, and you're gonna learn what your why is and how you're gonna get there. So be ready, because I didn't know, because I thought I was simply just not gonna shop that much and start paying off my loan, but it turned out to be this emotional roller coaster and emotional journey and self-finding and developing a relationship with myself throughout that. Goal number 5 is to publish 2 videos a week on this channel. So you guys, I love YouTube. It really gives me a purpose. It gives me a creative outlet. I love the community that we have built here, and I love seeing this community grow. So I really just sort of want to put my head down and start putting out more content for you guys. I was really sort of grappling with whether or not I should continue with the fashion content, because I don't know how often you guys want to see a white t-shirt and a blazer here on this channel. I think you will still see here and there bits of fashion sprinkled within, but the rest of this focus I really think is going to be on this minimalist journey and wanting to want less, and how to become better with money, because that's one of the main things that I had to learn throughout this whole thing, I had to change my relationship with my spending and change my attitudes and my assumptions that I had about money. I really just want this community to be one of people who know who they are, know what they like, and meet up with their future selves in the places that they wanted to be. And that includes financially. I really didn't mean to rhyme there, but there you go. So those are my goals for 2021 and moving forward. Nothing too fancy, nothing really new here, I don't think, but yeah, I thought maybe helpful for some of you guys. I'm seeing a lot of goals on no buying, no shopping, and I think it's amazing. But remember that reaching goals and meeting up with the future self in the place that you want to be is all about checking in with yourself, being consistent, and creating realistic, achievable goals. So that's what we're going to do this year. Let me know what your goals are for 2021 and how it's going so far. Leave this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.